with the Buffalo Bills. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. On first down, Allen is going to have the hook up to Scott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Boston Scott, his first carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Scott. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Go!
Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's Scott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Boston Scott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader, and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Prescott on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Elliott. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
45. Mike, 45. 45 to Mike, 45 to Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And able to find John Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the carry, this is Scott. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Scott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. So off goes Allen, and on comes Stephen Hauschka for the Buffalo field goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. Elliott on first down, going to get about 3 before he's taken down. A gain of 3, second down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On second down, it's Elliott, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. 49. Mike, 49. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. 180. 49. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Down to lose one. Back. Here we go. Going to 53. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Cooper's first catch, and good for a first down. A first down carry by Elliott, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. On second down, Elliott. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. On first and 10, Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard. On second down, it's Pollard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll run with Elliott. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to kill.
On play action, Prescott. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. On second down now. Pollard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Come on now, let's go.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That false start, costly. Moves him back to the 9 now, first and goal. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Able to slither by. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 7.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go, let's bring it.
Allen gonna throw. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up first and 10. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 48-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Come on out here, come get some. Here we go, 46. Come get some. He don't want it. 45, 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
45.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's got his target. It's caught. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Maher is good. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move, the Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
We got this.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Let's see what you got.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Prescott from the gun. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here's Allen. He completes it to the tight end Knox. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Check. Go to 54, go to 54, line in. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Check. Crunch. We're going to 53. 26.
Here's Elliott. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On 2nd down, Pollard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. This is Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Allen. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down, Buffalo.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. And let's pin the mirrors back.
On first down, it's Scott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Scott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now they'll throw with Allen. He finds his target, John Brown. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
That's what I'm talking about.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on 3rd down, Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
49, got it.
Play action now. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Here we go.
And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen Finding Knox there, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. Throwing on first down is Allen.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check 52. Hey, kill. 49. All right, we're going to 54. Why? Mike's 49.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? 49, guys. Mike, 49. Tighten up. 26.
On third down, Elliott. And an alley to run. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 84 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On first down, it's Scott. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. On second down now, it's Scott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. The Bills on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the wall.